Greetings everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your host, Captain Rye, and today's YouTube video is me back in World of Warships, back in my Iowa. Now this battle was recorded back before the Missouri officially released, and it was mostly just me playing in the Iowa to get a feel for what the Missouri was going to play like. I kind of want to get this video up before the new patch update comes out, mostly because I've got a backlog of videos at this point. A lot of you people have been sending me replays, and a lot of them are really, really good. And I want to feature them. You might be thinking that maybe I'm stepping up or ramping up the video output, but that's not actually the case. This is not the new normal, putting out a video every day this week. Not something that I'm going to be doing regularly. However, it is the holiday season, and I figure all of you wonderful people need some extra presents, and of course need something to hopefully distract you during your travels to family, or, well, dealing with your family. The battle here is domination mode. I cannot remember the name of the map. It's actually not one that I end up playing on very regularly, and surprisingly enough, it's not one I actually do very well on. As the battle gets started here, I've decided that I want to go to C. Now, you might be thinking that's kind of a ridiculous decision, considering that I was significantly closer to A. However, my experiences in the past going to A haven't been good, especially if I'm in a battleship. And there's an enemy aircraft carrier that's tiered 10. So I don't want to get caught out with a limited support. And considering the bulk of my fleet here is in the B area, yeah, it makes more sense to kind of skirt in the back there. Trying to take shots out there at the enemy Izumo, who's broadside on, hoping I can hit him and do some good damage, you know, maybe get a nice early citadel in the game. I do reasonable amount of damage, not a big damage roll, at least not comparison to the amount of HP he has, and certainly no citadels, which of course means he can pretty much repair all of the damage he just took from me. But he is still broadsiding, so with any luck I'll be able to get him. Now, I am detected as I fire those shots off, which tells me that there are a couple of enemy destroyers sitting out in the open. There's another sizable chunk of damage there, well over 10,000 damage done. That Izumo, though, possibly the Iowa, it's up here, is not going to let me get away with that unscathed, as I'm still being detected. In this battle, there is one of the new German destroyers that's being tested by, I assume, a super tester up there. And that super tester in the Z-52, well, he's going to hold on to the B cap point like nobody's business. And pretty much the position that we've spotted him in already, that's where he is going to stay for the entirety of the battle. There was the big ol' hit I just took in. I'm not sure if I just took that hit from the Izumo or if it was from the Iowa that's back over there. But either way, broadside onto a battleship, that's a paddlin', even if it's me. Now the Izumo is stopped out in the open, moving very slowly. Let's see if I can punish him yet again for being broadside onto me. Those shots look pretty reasonable. Come on, there's a good amount of damage done. Enemy Atago that's up there is wrecking our destroyer, or trying to wreck our destroyer. And he's back behind this island. I'm kind of hoping that he will nudge just far enough away from that island, or nudge just far enough forward of it, that I can drop some hot lead onto him. Managed to turn away in an effort to get all my guns onto him as he nudges around this island, that I dodged all of those shots and probably avoided eating another big citadel. Shots out at that Atago. There's the Citadels on him and finishes him off just seconds too late for a first blood. The enemy team is now down 2 ships, but they do have 1 cap point, and they are capping and heavily contesting the B capture zone, which means they're going to continue to gain points. And as we'll see later in the battle, that's going to be really important for them. I'm now pretty much isolated over here with only a friendly destroyer as backup, but he's out front and spotting. At this point, there's nobody back over here. So myself and this friendly Montana, as well as our friendly destroyer, are going to go ahead and get into the sea capture zone and start capping. The enemy team finally manages to find their weapons caches and does manage to sink 1 of our destroyers, but in the process, they also lose 1 of their destroyers. So we still have the ship's advantage, but they are capping B and are pretty much uncontested in this endeavor as of late. So they are going to secure the B cap point, which means myself, the Montana, and friendly ships back over here are the only ones who are going to be able to secure the C cap point, and C is going to be our only capture point. Enemy Des Moines starts firing at the Montana, and the Montana here, he's returning fire, but he is open and exposed. He's continuing to spot them for me, which is fantastic as I'm still behind this island and undetected. Which means, as I pop around the headlands here, I can take shots at that Des Moines. Enemy Izumo that I was shooting at earlier has popped up, and he's reasonably low health. There was the Z-52 who popped up. He's full health. Don't manage to get any kind of citadels or killing blows on the Des Moines. A little disappointed by that. But he is a kind of angling, turning away, and aggressively maneuvering, mostly to avoid the Montana's fire. He's just about to turn broadside on. My shots are almost up. I'm getting ready to launch him. My shells are in. Incoming shells, though, so I hold my fire, and those take him out of the battle. A little disappointed I didn't get the kill on him. However, Izumo turning broadside on as well. Can I punish him for that decision? Well, I can knock out a gun, apparently, but do no damage. And that's really disappointing, because it would be nice to hit this nice, juicy target right on the side. Damn. Do manage to hit him again. Again, a penetration with no damage. Enemy Shimakaze has popped up. He's reasonably low health. I decide I'm going to prioritize him as my target because anything with torpedoes that close is a threat to me. All over penetrations, but that's the beauty of the American guns. They're very accurate at closer ranges, and all those over penetrations were enough to finish off that destroyer. That's one of the things that I think makes me a good battleship player, especially in the US line. So when I'm playing US battleships, I have a priority list. Pretty much anything with torpedoes inside of their torpedo range, whether it's a cruiser or a destroyer, if they are detected and my guns are pointed at them, they are my first targets. Because they can cause a lot of damage. I can angle against cruisers, spamming high explosive, and angle against battleships firing armor piercing, but I cannot angle very well against torpedoes. Second priority, cruisers that fire or spam high explosive to set me on fire. Now I'm trying to push up between this island, and I'm actually chasing this Iowa around. I was kind of hoping that he was going to stop and try and reverse out of the situation and give me a nice broadside to shoot at. But this case, he just basically said, no, fuck it, surrounded my enemies, I'm going in. There's the Z-52, who's mostly full strength as my spotter flies over him, and I managed to hit him for a good amount of damage. All over penetrations, though, so if you're thinking about playing this and thinking that the battleship armor piercing is going to screw you, not necessarily the case. Spotter plane, though, does see the torpedoes coming, so I'm able to avoid them, which is good. Those torpedoes, probably not the healthiest thing for my ship. I do have that Z-52, though, flagged for my secondary guns, so as soon as I come around the headland of the island here, they're going to continue to open up. And the Iowa does have very, very good secondary gun arcs, which means I can be at an extreme angle like this, and they're going to wreck that guy. Now, the Des Moines is taking shots at him, and does manage to drop him low enough, but my secondaries do a reasonable amount of damage, and I secure close quarters because of that. The Izumo, very low health, hoping he will turn broadside on just enough so that I can secure the kill as I come around the side of this island here into the B-cap. And now I'm in a secondary gun battle with a German battleship. Yeah, German battleship definitely going to win that.
The ship is on fire.
Although, my secondaries are going to cause some serious problems, and I've got more friends than he does at this point. Look at the scores. The enemy team has only managed to sink 2 of our ships, and they only have 2 ships left. This battleship is not having a good time. Trying to get more shots in there, not having any of that. Enemy torpedo and dive bomber aircraft coming in. Now, the Des Moines behind me is shooting almost all of them down, but because I'm afraid that they might actually get through like the dive bombers almost did there, I don't want to be a stationary target and an easy kill for that carrier. Especially because I'm so low health. So, I've decided I'm just going to continue pushing through the B-cap. Doesn't matter anyway, the team managed to secure it. At this point, they only have their aircraft carrier left, and while they have the A cap point, we have 2 caps and more points than they do. Remember when I told you at the beginning of the battle that they were going to secure 2 cap points, and that was going to come into play later in the battle? Well, if they hadn't managed to secure those cap points so early and get them before we were able to secure even 1, the match would have been over long ago, as we've just wrecked the enemy team. And I do mean that. I mean, look at that. They're down to just a carrier left. Just the carrier. And we know where he is because he's been spotted a few times. So hopefully I can get shots out here and wreck this guy. It would be great to do more than 100,000 damage in this battle. I am far forward, but I'm not alone. The friendly CV is going to get his torpedo bombers out there, which is going to force this ship to maneuver. And in his maneuvering processes, he's going to dodge a lot of my fire. A little disappointed by that. However, he's not going to go down without trying to fight. As you can see, he's got more torpedo and fighter planes coming this direction. But again, I have a friendly Des Moines behind me, and that guy is going to just decimate his fighter squadrons. Well, he's going to annihilate them, really. Managed to ricochet a shot from my 16-inch shells on the carrier as the carrier is maneuvering. He takes torpedoes from our friendly CV. Not a lot of them, though, and does manage to weather it pretty well. I'm shooting down a few of these planes myself, but most of the plane kills go to the Des Moines. In fact, that Des Moines manages to shoot down something like 72 aircraft in this battle, but doesn't get a clear sky for it. I feel really bad. I don't know if it's because he wasn't working on actively aiming at them, or what the deal there is. Clear sky, though, really difficult to get nowadays. Shots are almost loaded. The carrier's about half health now. I'm hoping I can get my shots loaded. I'm hoping I can land a nice fat citadel on this guy and secure the kill. If I can do that, I'll be on 4 kills and have done a good 110,000+ damage. Can I do it? Shots out. They look really good. There it is. There's my 4th kill. 130,000, almost 131,000 damage done, 485,000 credits earned, and a Confederate in close quarters. But you'll notice that I'm on 4 kills. If I'd managed to secure that Kurfürst, if I'd managed to secure the Des Moines or the Izumo, I would have had my Kraken unleashed. Little disappointed I wasn't able to do that, because everybody wants the Kraken. Second on the team for XP earned with over 2,000 base. The only player who beat me is the Des Moines, who again shot down a ridiculous number of aircraft but didn't get an award for it. Overall, though, fantastic battle, fantastic teamwork, losing only 2 ships in the process. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. If you liked the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. If you'd like to get semi-regular channel news and updates, I encourage you to like and follow me on Facebook. If you'd like to help support me and my channel and future gaming or prizes, please do so by donating at my Patreon. If you'd like to watch me live stream World of Warships, you can do so by visiting and following me on Twitch. And if you've got a replay that you'd like to send me to feature on my channel with my wonderful voice, you can do so by emailing it to me, PMing me via YouTube, or messaging me the link on Facebook. You can find the links for all of those in the video description down below. And as always, I'll see you next time. This is Captain Rye, signing off.